Welcome to Skyline Today. My name is Freddie, and we actually have a new co-host with us. Her name is...
Hey, I'm Amber Hay. That's my last name. I wasn't saying hi.
So Amber, tell us a little about yourself, just so we know who you are.
I'm originally from Hawaii, but I've lived in LA for about 10 years.
Hawaii, huh? So Ohana, right?
I think you mean Aloha.
Oh, Aloha.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, close
Aloha.
enough,
Yeah,
close
no,
enough.
it's great. It's great. Well, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
Our top story today, we just had our best month in company history. I need a drum roll. Okay, I think that was a drum roll. But 2,293 installs in the month of May.
That's amazing.
That is amazing, yeah, just like you said. And the best part about it is that we're just getting started.
June, July. Feel good about those months.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm glad you said that because I think we are. You know, with our summer offices and with the competitions, there should be no reason why we shouldn't say this next month.
Absolutely. Just remember, watermelon barbecue sales. You celebrate your sales with the watermelon
barbecue. There you go. There you go. That's what we want.
Absolutely.
Speaking of record-breaking months, we have the mysterious Carlos S., who continues to be an all-star here at Skyline, and he actually he broke the record again for the most installs by one single rep in 1 month by 75 installs, guys. Did you hear that?
You're on fire.
75 installs. Unbelievable. The previous record holder was X-Ray. Sorry, X-Ray. I know he's on the same team, but I'm sure you'll catch up next month. So very, very exciting to see that type of growth, especially just in one team, to kind of go back and forth, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So we actually have found some information out by the mysterious Carlos S. He had shed some light. He has shared with us his methods of how to do a perfect takeover. Number one, scout your area. It's very important, obviously, in the takeover game to be able to know who you're going to be talking to, where they live. And so one of the things that stood out to me that he does is that he makes notes on his phone so that when he goes back to the area, he knows what houses were looking really good or who he can focus on. And so obviously with that, he's able to make sure that he knows where he's going. He's not blind. He knows exactly where they live, who they need to talk to. So scout your area. Yeah, scout your area, number one. Number two, be the expert. Guys, you guys should know the products. Study it. Make sure you know what should be installed in a person's home. Don't go in there thinking they need everything. You need to customize the system to them. And especially in a takeover game, you got to know what they have. And if they have certain things that could tie into our system, then great. That will eliminate having to use so many points. And so with that, one thing that I really like what he says is don't ask questions, tell them the facts.
Agree with that. Number three, use logic. Almost all the common rebuttals can be overcome with logic. One that really stood out to me is a customer might ask, if my alarm system is really outdated and vulnerable, why isn't my alarm company telling me that? Well, it's simple. They want to just keep collecting the money and not upgrade your system.
Number four, a la carte. And if you don't know what a la carte means, then you need to go to a restaurant, right? Come on. $39.99 is the example he gives, that most people, doing a takeover, that's what they're paying. But how are you going to get them to $49.99, right? So, or even higher. So with that, he gives an example that you have to customize it to them, sell them on some of the services, create the value so they can see why they're going to be paying some more. And so he has an example. He says, for example, if you're selling to a younger customer who is into phones and technology, which most of them are, right?
Absolutely. We live on those things.
Yeah, exactly. Then obviously the mobile app access is going to be something they really want. Use that to upsell the customer.
Number five, honesty first. I mean, I shouldn't really have to say this because this should be the same in any industry, I think. Right. Be confident, be informed, and you'll do well. The only people who have to resort to shady tactics are people who aren't confident and informed. It's as simple as that.
That's right, though.
That's it for the tips from Carlos S. If you'd like to read them in their entirety, check them out in the newsletter, just down here.
Yeah, make sure you click that below.
What's Carlos S.'s last name anyway?
You know what? Nobody knows. That's why he's a mysterious guy. You know what I think it is? Skyline. Carlos Skyline.
That's why he's hiding
That's his name.
The sky's the limit.
He's a baby of Skyline. He's breaking records. Might as well be.
Sure.
On that note, we will get back to you guys. We're going to have a commercial break.
Hey there, if you're like me and you've ever been locked out of Orion while in a customer's home, well then you know how awkward that can be. That's why I got compliant. By being compliant, I was able to avoid being locked out and access all my accounts and continuing to make sales. Why not be compliant? It's the law. Getting compliant can take anywhere from 30 to 90 days, depending on the state you're being compliant in. In order to get compliant, you must call the compliance department. If you feel high or nauseous, please stop taking compliance right away.
Welcome back, guys. The CSR voting is in, and there's a tie this month, which is pretty cool. Valerie Solis and Myra Mesa tied. You guys are amazing. Obviously, customer service is the most important thing, and you made all of our lives easier this month.
Yeah, even guys from my offices, they told me that you guys do a spectacular job, so we're really happy for you guys. It's actually elevated everyone's game, so very good.
We're excited to announce that the app is at an all-time high in usage.
With paper contracts now accounting for less than 20% of all our agreements, that number is dropping fast.
And it will probably continue to drop, right, once the reps see deductions?
Whoa, you just said a bad word. No deductions. You don't say deductions for reps, so that is a bad word. But yeah, it will keep dropping once those reps see those deductions. So, yeah. But if you still have doubts, you got to take a look at some of the teams that are still doing a lot of the e-contracts or mobile app. Team Saginaw, they're at 100%, okay? 100%. You see their numbers, they're doing a little bit. 100% of their contracts are through the mobile app. So you think about
easy.
it. Yeah,
you use a phone every day. Come on.
Exactly.
I check my email only on my phone. I don't even hardly get on my computer.
Also on that note, funding for them is at an all-time high as well, 92, 98% every week. So if you use a mobile app, you get funded faster. So it works twice. Yeah.
Now let's move along to the fun stuff, the competitions update.
But first, let's have a serious moment. So this is my serious face on, guys, okay? So no more GE come June 30th. That means on printed material, on marketing material, we are no longer allowed to use the GE logo. Now, as some of you may know, a few years ago, Interlogix purchased GE, the brand, and have been phasing it out. And so now they put a set date, June 30th, to be able to phase that whole GE campaign out. So let's begin now to phase out everything, our shirts or anything marketing-wise. No more GE.
On the plus side, everyone gets new badges. Check the newsletter for instructions for all that. And now for the competitions.
What?
I was wondering if you were going to interrupt me again.
Oh, no, I already did that. Once at least a show, I already hit the quota, we're good. But we wanted to remind everyone about the games that we have right now. Okay, so right now, obviously, we have the Last Man Standing, and we also have the Skylander Choice. Okay, but don't forget about Last Man Standing Pro and the original Skylander. You can see the updates on our Instagram account, also repdivision.com or Skyline View. So you have 3 sites to look at what's going on, where you're at, and what you need to do to win it all. But last but not least, we do have a new competition. Amber's going to take that one.
Welcome to the Number Games, the newest competition at Skyline. There will be amazing prizes, but only one person will win. We will send out invitations to 12 offices soon. You will pick one tribute from your office who will compete in these games. The first week's challenge will be to get 2 customers to write a Yelp review. If you do not meet the conditions of each round, you will be disqualified and forfeit your prizes. May the odds ever be in your favor.
In the number section, guys, where you know that numbers never lie, we want to round up the top 5 offices for the Skyline Security. The number 5 office was 300, coming in at 165 installs. Got to give those guys props. The number 4 office was Drive, coming in at 234 installs. Awesome to see those guys doing some damage out there. The number 3 office is Saginaw, and actually tied with the number 2 office. So I'm going to see, that's 2 or 3 at 244 installs apiece. And the number 2 office was the Knoll Brothers, 244 installs. And then the number 1 office for Skyline for the month of May was the Alpha, and they were at 256 installs. It's amazing the growth that we've been seeing for those guys, and consistently doing. And guess where they're at? They are in Los Angeles. Crazy, right? I know. People say, oh, you can't sell in LA. Well, here's proof. The top 5 reps for the month of May in Skyline. The number 5 rep is Devin Strong. See, he has a nice name, Devin Strong. He must be strong not only in numbers, but probably in physicality. Coming in at 49 installs. That's powerful right there. The number 4 rep is Drayson Anderson at 53 installs. Good job to him. The number 3 rep is Tim Jorgensen, aka X-Ray, coming in at 61 installs. The number 2 rep is Brett Knoll, coming in at 63 installs, so just beat Tim Jorgensen by 2. And then we have Carlos S., the mysterious, coming in at 75 installs. The real question is this: when are we going to find out who you are? That's the mysterious thing. So as you notice, there's a pattern on the top 5 offices and the top 5 reps. Most of those names you've probably heard me saying throughout this year so far. And that's really what a lot of people want, is to be the most successful. But right here it shows that they're just consistent. That's the common denominator between these offices and these individuals. Just like Nike, right? Just do it. And we should probably do it again and again and again. And so with that, consistency isn't always just something that you have to get up and just do. You have to mentally make that decision every day. You have to mentally make that decision, that commitment to follow through. And obviously we just got done with May. You saw the numbers that we did, record breaking, history making. So what is the next step for you to be consistent? Are you doing the average right now? Well, then keep average, but then push yourself a little more. Keep going, get yourself a little bit better on the doors. Talk to your managers, talk to those around you. Become better, become consistent. The last thing you want to do is be inconsistent. So everyone has a consistency bone in them, okay? Either they're consistently going to produce or they're not. You make that choice. That's it, I'm out. Thank you guys for watching our show. That's a wrap.
One last thing.
Oh.
One serious
sure.
moment.
No, go ahead. Yeah. If it's serious.
Deceptive sales practices.
That is serious.
We want to make sure all of our growth is happening in an ethical manner. We are 100% opposed to unethical sales practices.
Basically what she's saying is don't be shady or you're going to get fired, right?
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Okay, good. So, thank you guys.
One last question.
Wow.
Did your customers find it annoying when you interrupted them?
That's our show. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be here next week. Not sure if she will be, but we'll see you guys next week. Take care.